What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today, we're going to have a lesson in leadership. Okay? A lesson in leadership. I'm going to use my boy Pan African Strikes Back as an example. I know you guys think I'm picking on him. Some of y'all think I'm picking on him. But here's the issue. I had some of my subscribers, because we do share some of the same subscribers. Some of them came to me and said they got kicked off of his show for being, for just having their own opinion, right? So I'm okay. So I went over there to see what's going on. And like usual, I can do about 5 minutes of his show before my brain, starts to melt. So I did 5 minutes. So I found a little clip that I think is a great example. The contrast between, I would say, this is not a bashing session on you, but this is a great teaching moment, because I want those who are really seeking leadership. If you're really on here looking for guys to inspire you or leadership, I want you to just look at the contrast between him and the alternative. Okay, so we're gonna go over 5 minutes of this video, and I'll let you guys come up with your opinion, but I'll put my commentary in there with it, but this is gonna be pretty interesting. So let's go.
Y'all telling me y'all like getting treated like this. Brandon, we like dictators. Okay. Oh, Africulture. Africulture, I got the clock set for 3 minutes. If this fool ain't up here in 3 minutes, get his ass up out of here. Straight up. Voting doesn't matter. But they look. So these dudes talk about voting doesn't matter, but I want you guys to understand voting doesn't matter so much that these dudes votes, these idiots voting for Joe Biden at 91% has basically condemned all of our young men to potential death in Eastern Europe. At this point, I'm ready to delete these niggas, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, so what he's talking about right here is the draft that that the Republican House submitted. Keep in mind, while he's complaining and saying that it was Joe Biden that proposed legislation to make the draft automatic, this was a Republican House, the people he support, that drafted the bill, because it's the Republicans, and we have the Republicans have the House Speaker. We're talking about the right-wing Christian conservatives who drafted up this policy in order to streamline the process of registering for selective service. Now, a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about are kind of freaking out, thinking that there's a draft going on. There's no draft going on. The only thing that happened, honestly, in the real world, is that instead of the manual application of you going in from 18 to 26, which it was already automatic anyway, right? But the process itself was not automatic because it was still in an analog age. So what they did, instead of you having to fill out the paperwork, which you're going to do at age 8, you're going to do it anyway. Everybody has to do it. They just do it automatic so you don't have to do it. This is not any indication that you're going to war or that they're going to do a draft. All right? So everybody kind of just went a little crazy because they didn't understand what was happening. But for the record, this was a Republican House written legislation that has not even went to the Senate, and Joe Biden hasn't even passed it. He hasn't signed it. None of that has happened, okay? So he's being hyperbolic, and this is another example of someone who wants to be a leader, but yet does not know how to lead because he does not know what he's talking about at all. Let's continue.
Because now their stupidity is having a deadly impact. I mean, it's always had a deadly impact, but you were able to kind of navigate it. But as we continue to move forward, right, their ignorance is becoming our Holocaust. I know it's cliche, but their ignorance, Smoke, I don't give a damn if you donate or not. You think that your money is enough to let...
Okay, I want you to pay attention to this message that's on the screen right now. All right, because it's very important going forward. Let's go.
Let me make you keep on taking shots, but you not man enough to come up here. Do you think I care about that? I know y'all like to think all he cares about money. I'll delete a nigga if he give me $100 a day. If he's not man enough to come up here and defend his position, he's out of here. I told you, I'm not dealing with no more cowards, bro. You saw the people I got up out of here today. Homophobic watch every day for a year. His ass is gone. You're going to be gone too if you don't click that fucking link in 1 minute and 22 seconds. I'm tired of you niggas because I'm not playing with y'all no more. I'm not joking with you. Y'all, this is serious shit we talking about, and y'all think everything is a joke.
Actually, the only serious portion of this is his serious lack of knowledge of what's actually going on and his serious disrespect of his subscribers who donate to him constantly. You see, Brandon demands $30 a day on his show, and on his lives, he'll make sure you see his Zelle, his Cash App, and all these different things. So clearly, he's soliciting for money from his supporters, right? But at the same time, he disrespects his supporters when his supporters have an opinion. He doesn't mind receiving anonymous Cash Apps and doesn't require anybody to come on his live show to say, hey, Brandon, I've given you a Cash App. I'm supporting you and your message. But when they have an opinion that goes contrary to what his opinion is, because he doesn't have impulse control and he can't handle criticism, he gets all flustered and upset and he starts to disrespect his subscribers. That is not a good trait in a potential leader. Let's continue.
And I told you guys that the Negro's number one coping mechanism is to say, I was just playing. No, I don't like people like you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I don't like scary niggas who won't even have a conversation in real time who's sitting up trying to argue politics, bro. Anybody could argue a losing argument from the cheap seats because no one freaking can do anything about it. But the only thing I'm telling you on this channel, yo ass is out of here. If you don't get up here and tell me why we've been listening to you niggas defend Biden for 3 years and now our sons are now automatically selected to go to the military by Biden, the guys you guys told me you were voting for because Trump was going to lead us into World War III.
Yet again, another ignorant, gross misinformation diatribe of psychobabble. Yet again, it was the House Republicans who proposed and passed this legislation. Okay? And remember, it's not even that bad. It's not that serious. It's just doing something automatic that you don't have to deal with, that you are automatically enrolled in. And it has no indication of you getting drafted and going to anybody's war to do anything. So, yet again, this is Brandon not knowing what he's talking about and not being able to take criticism from people who do know what they're talking about. And the problem with Brandon is he seems to think that if someone does not click the link to go live to talk with him on the camera, they're somehow a coward. People don't want to go on his show is because he's immature, he's disrespectful, he does not know how to have a good faith debate, and he disrespects any political view that has nothing to do with his actual ideological thinking. So there's no point in going onto a show to talking to somebody who's basically not going to accept any of your information and can't comprehend any logical thought whatsoever and cannot accept any criticism from his peers because he's weak, he's thin-skinned, just like his buddy Donald Trump. And for somebody talking about, I've yet to hear any black person rant and rave about Joe Biden. I don't think too many people like Joe Biden. He's just a normal politician like the rest. But everybody knows Donald Trump is not. He is a threat to democracy. And that is the issue here, which is bigger than politics. But since Brandon is stuck in a cult, he does not realize that. And yeah, so let's just continue because it's just a little bit more. Bear with me. Let's go.
Trump was going to put us back in chains. Trump was going to do all this bad stuff. You guys said, you told me that you were doing what you were doing because it was the lesser of two evils. Now the guy that you've put in office is turning out to be Darth Sidious. And instead of being a man and being like, you know what, bro, I was wrong. Hey, he didn't click up on the thing. Get his ass out of here. It ain't even no more point of me continuing that. Africulture, get his bitch ass out of here. And tell him to take his money and shove it up his mom's ass. Because her pussy too loose. It won't stay in there. It'll fall right out. Anyway, get his fucking bitch ass out of here. I'm tired of these niggas. You think you could buy me, nigga? I make more than your life is worth.
He makes more than the guy that donates to him life is worth, even though he has stated that he needs this money in order to do his projects in Kenya, which consists of paying his $350 apartment and paying the neighbors to clean it up for him when necessary. But he has more money than that guy, whole life, the black guy who has supported him for probably years. Okay, let's continue.
Trust me. I think my daughter probably got more money in her bank account than your whole family.
So his daughter, he has such a surplus amount of money that his daughter has more money in her bank account than the guy that donates to him so that he can pay his Airbnb and the cleaners to clean it, the neighbors. But somehow he's the one begging for donations every single day. But he has some hidden money that he's just, hoarding on to. And, he's really rich. But he didn't develop this 100 acres of land that he have. He didn't plant anything on this land. He hasn't really shown you any development of this land. He didn't even build a security shack on the land he said he was going to Kenya to build, but he has all this money. I mean, I'm not sure how it's translating, but let's keep going.
You can't fucking buy me. I slap the piss out of you bringing up a damn donation up on this channel. Stop. Fucking, what do you think? You think I'm your fucking whore mother? Somebody could just fuck me for 40 bucks? Get his ass out. He's officially pissed me the fuck off. I'm not even pissed off, honestly. I don't really get pissed off like that.
So if you're not pissed off, that's how you joke? So you're telling jokes? I thought this was real serious shit. So are we joking or are we talking serious shit? Are you pissed off or are you not pissed off? Because if that's how way you talk to people when you're not pissed off and you're just joking, joshing, playing around, then how do you talk to people when you're actually upset, mad? Are you upset? Are you mad? Did that one comment that didn't say anything derogatory but told the truth, did that really piss you off? Is your impulse control that weak? Are you that weak of a human being that was enough to trigger you, or are you joking? I mean, which one is it? Let's clarify.
But anyway, get his bitch ass out. You want to come back in? Cash up $1,000. You get access back to shop.
He wasn't joking about that $1,000. He really would like that $1,000. Yeah, he really would like that.
Look, guys, it's no more games. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. It's no more games. Bro, do y'all realize we are no longer at the point where we can keep playing? Do y'all understand that we're no longer at the point where we can keep playing? You niggas complain every day about the white man. But you niggas are a worse threat than the white man because you guys are the ones who go prop the white man up talking about he's the lesser of two evils.
Says the guy that comes on YouTube every day for 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 or 3 times a day to talk about his best friend Donald Trump and why Donald Trump is Jesus and Muhammad and Krishna all together, and how if you don't support Donald Trump, then you are a left-wing degenerate LGBT piece of shit, crap, subhuman, and you ain't worth shit, and you ain't nothing. Says that guy. That's the one we're talking about here.
Now I'm about to watch damn near a generation of our children at the mercy of this damn diabolical menace.
All right. That's enough. I'm not going to do this to you. I can't let you listen to any more of that psychobabble. All right, with Brandon, who has absolutely no idea what he's ever talking about, with lots of passion and a big voice. What he doesn't understand is in politics, bipartisanship really ends at the shore. Something we learned in the military. You see that both the Democrats and Republicans will give their subjects political theater for their, political, their domestic political, goals or whatnot. But in reality, when it comes to overseas, both the Democrats and the Republicans, for the most part, even though there are factions that supersede party about what it is we should be doing overseas, but for the most part, when we go overseas, it's lockstep. All right, the Republicans are going to do the same thing the Democrats are going to do. If you have not noticed, these bills have been passing very fast. These bills have been signed by both the Democrats and the Republicans very fast. We can't get universal health care, right? Because the Democrats and Republicans will fight for 2-3 years to do anything for the American people. But when it comes to bombs, guns, and overseas, have you noticed that we'll just throw billions and billions of dollars? No problem, no political fight, no delay, no nothing. It's because the Democrats and Republicans are the two wings on the same bird. And that same bird is the bird of imperialism all over the world. I don't know where Brandon went to school. I don't know what his education is. I don't know who taught him how to study, how to gather information, how to comprehend that information, and how to disseminate that information. But whoever taught him did him a disservice. And I feel sorry for Brandon. I feel sorry for people like Brandon who live in such an ignorant bubble, and then they have the ability to get their freaking Android phone and come online and have a sense of inflated ego and sense of inflated value, and they boast and they talk trash and they think they're more important than they are, when Brandon is nothing but another dude just like anybody else. Just like I always tell y'all on my YouTube channel, I'm just a dude on the internet. That's why when I talk to my subscribers, I talk to them with respect. Because first of all, you never know who you're going to meet on this world. I've walked around in these streets and people come up to me like, hey, I know you off YouTube. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm not such an asshole. I'm glad that this energy that I put off is one that which somebody probably don't want to do something to me, randomly. But Brandon, on the other hand, it's the opposite. One day, Brandon's going to run into somebody who's unstable, right? And they're going to see him and they're going to want to do something. I mean, he really needs to watch out for that. But since he doesn't listen, fate will take his course on that, right? But Brandon's very disrespectful to his subscribers. And that's something that the Republican pundits actually are. Remember Rush Limbaugh? He used to talk to his listeners like they were shit, right? That is a trait of right-wing conservative pundits, speakers, podcasters. They will talk down to their subscribers because that's just the way they do it, right? And Brandon is just like one of many people who they don't have any skills to do anything else, but talking shit is one thing they can do. They think that they're adding something to the conversation, but in actuality, Brandon doesn't add anything to the conversation but ignorance and misinformation. And that's why I say he's not a true Pan-African. He wants to be a Pan-African. He may think he's a Pan-African, but Brandon is not a Pan-African for no sense of the word. He's not politically a Pan-African. He's not socially a Pan-African. He's a black guy from California who's a right-wing conservative who enjoys all the liberal democratic trappings of California, because he'll never leave California because he loves democratic policies. He just don't want to say it out loud. He'll enjoy it for himself, but he wants you guys to go run over to White Boy Summer Party and be a part of that group. But anyway, I hope there's been a good lesson, a contrast between me and him. And listen, this is why I don't go on his show. It's not worth going on his show. I would demolish him. It wouldn't even be fair. It wouldn't even be fair. And the reason why I like doing pre-made videos, because I get to actually say what it is I want to say, and it forces him, right, or anybody else who have a dissenting argument to make their videos in dissent against me. That's what grown people do. You don't need to go on a live show to where people are over talking each other, giving Brandon the tools necessary to filibuster, to reframe the argument, to create straw man arguments, or to just overall change the subject, or to disrespect you, your mother, your family, your country, your ethnic group, just because he doesn't like something that you said, right? That's why people don't go on Brandon's show. They're not afraid of Brandon. They're disgusted at Brandon. They don't find Brandon to be a serious person in these serious conversations. And that's just the simple truth. That's why I would never waste my time. And he can use the elementary tactic of shaming people to go on his show, but as you can see, it doesn't work. Because adults, we like to have real conversations. We don't go on shows. It's a waste of time. No one wants to talk to a toxic brick wall. And that's Brandon. He's a toxic brick wall. And that's it, So anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Can you see the contrast? Is this your leader? Is this your Pan-African leader? Would you take Brandon? Would you like Brandon to represent you around the world to different groups? Would you send Brandon on any professional panel that's on national TV? Would you want Brandon to represent Pan-Africanism anywhere on this planet in any way, form, shape, or form, in any format? Ask yourself that question. All right? Anyway, that's all I got to say. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn some. I'm out.